Hi, hello, and welcome to a new episode of Release. I'm so excited because I have a guest today. Guest, introduce yourself.
I don't really think I need much introduction, but since you guys can see me, I have to introduce myself basically, right? Some people call me Nino, some people call me Centric. I'm known as James in general, to be fair. So this episode was long overdue. You asked me, right timing anyways. So we're here now.
Yeah. So for today's episode, we're gonna have a discussion about religion. So I'm just gonna ask him some questions, and then we'll see where the conversation takes us. So, first question I have for you is, what religion, faith, etc. do you practice?
What religion or faith do I practice? Okay, I don't want to sound comical, but I literally got a tattoo on my hand that says Centurion Faith like 2 days ago. So you can say I practice my own self-faith, if that makes sense. And I don't sound egotistical or sound like a proud person, but I do what feels right to me, because at the end of the day, that's what righteous means, right? So my religion is kind of just doing the right thing, because at the end of the day, that's what you're meant to do, right? So yeah, I don't really look at like what's written in the book as everything has to be gospel, because some gospel can be skewed.
Definitely,
some people can sing off notes, right, and off tunes.
Oh, definitely.
Some gospel is definitely going to be skewed. So I just do what feels right to my own personal spirit through my own human experience. So my religion is long, man. Like I said, music could be a religion, Okay. Getting lost in your daily activities can be your religion. But as long as talking like what we know, like Islam, Christianity, I'm a Christian, but man. I'm a practicing Christian. Let's say that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a practicing Christian. I grew up in a Christian home, did devotion every morning. Like
same, yeah.
I'm a practicing Christian, but when the older I got or the older I'm getting, right, I just realized that just do what's right and it will come back to you, right? Same thing with karma. Like some people practice what witches practice is bad karma. Like for real. What do you like for real? Right, if we're practicing like holy faith and like divinity, then what are the negative powers practicing?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
It's basically like what you're practicing and what your religion is. I feel like they could be two different things, because even when you Google the word religion, it has 3 meanings. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So there's one for the Christianity, Islam. There's one for, like I said, the music, what things you do religiously, like daily, like routine. So I find myself in the middle. I don't want to be too much of a Christian. I don't want to be too much of a cellular guy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you're just
in the middle.
Okay, all right.
That part, sweet in the middle, is my religion. Let's just put it like that. For real.
Okay. So you said you used to be a practicing Christian, or you're a practicing Christian.
Yeah.
How?
You tell my parents I used to. What? Yo.
Currently a practicing Christian. Let me just clarify. How did you discover, or when did you kind of shift away from like the main Christian, the Christian ideologies?
To be fair, like my mom and my parents can tell you, like, guys, if you're listening, man, trust me, I'm not that much of a parent's sweet boy. Just like we had this convo, right, and it's like it's no better way to bring in your originators, kind of, your people where you learn from, type thing. So ever since I was young, man, to be fair, I always told my mom, like, why are we getting so rampant in church? I never understood the concept of people like going crazy in church with the praises. I never understood it. I was always questioning, right? So
same.
You know what I'm saying? But my mom used to tell me you will never get him until you get older, right? It's just maybe the older then.
What does age have to do with
connection? Maybe the olders then, like, they felt like they were more in the spirit, right? We were trying to find ourselves.
Entitlement, but we'll let it fly.
Let it fly, right? But those kind of things. And good example, I came back from Canada one time tonight, right? And I'm in church, right? Like,
Nigeria,
right? Yeah, Nigeria, my bad. Son of the soul, you get me? But I was telling my mom in church, like, why are we staying in church till 4 p.m. and it's just one service? Like, don't you feel like you're
from like the morning till 4 p.m.?
Yeah, but I was telling her, like, at this point, don't you feel like you're abusing your relationship with God? Because if your relationship with God simulates or emulates your relationship with your parents on earth, which they do say, right? If you can obey your parents on earth, how can you obey God? You don't obey what you see. I'm like, dog, I will not come and disturb in your room for 4 hours.
Like,
did you get my point? Like, I won't come to your room jubilating for 4 hours. Like, no matter how happy I am, though.
No, but it feels like to
I'm just
them,
saying.
to them, they're like, this is my birthright. Like, I come to you, and they're like, okay, God is omnipotent. God is everywhere. God knows everything. So, like, to them, it doesn't seem like they're doing anything or like overstaying their welcome, because they're like, that's my shit. Like,
True.
I don't.
That's the territory, man. True. No, that makes sense, man. And the older they get, man, like you said, you feel like that's the territory. Like, you're never gonna go from it, man. But yeah, shit. Like, with me, like, it's just I just try and just stay on the straight and narrow, man. Like I said, just do what's right. But I've always been questioning, right? This question, you see different things, like pastors are the ones having the most.
Let's not even get into
infidelity,
it.
affairs and stuff. So when you see stuff like that, you're bound to question. You know,
it's
what I'm
like
saying?
there's a hierarchy, and it's like this person is, or the pastor, bishop, whatever, is like above everybody else that's in the congregation.
It's literally like Christianity is literally like religious mafia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like people call it like the institution of the church,
Exactly.
because it becomes like
an
this.
institution.
Yeah,
it's not more a community or a communion. It's an institution.
It's hard. It's like rigid. Like, it's not. Yeah.
This is the way you have to do it. Even though we're gonna label you as
exactly
somebody against the church.
Exactly, and it's like, if you're outside of what they believe, then suddenly it's okay for them to judge you.
Do you
it's
understand?
Like one against the other. Like, you're the other if you don't believe exactly what they believe, kind of thing.
And that's where I feel like okay, back to the initial question you asked, right? That's why I feel like I got hurt with the Christianity thing, because it's like you guys are preaching some stuff that you don't practice, and then again you're trying to force down and then again you're trying to force down your message down my neck. That's goes against everything that's you know what I'm saying? Jesus didn't have to go to disciples and be like, yo, you must come with me to the
I was literally talking to my friend,
never did that, bro.
And she was saying how, like, Jesus rolled with, like, the thieves and the prostitutes, and he never judged them.
Mary Magdalene and her sister, like, we never know their background check. We just know that they helped Jesus and he never judged them.
Exactly, because
their brother was Lazarus with scars and whatever, and he was there, like, chilling with them. Like I said, people be preaching the messages that feel similar to what they want. Like, I feel like pastors, right? Because I'm African, right? Nigerian, right? So I feel like pastors back home, they use the church as a form of manifestation for their own personal agendas. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So of leading the masses to the right places, you have personal agendas. Like, why are we buying the pastor of the church a car? Why are we paying for his kids' school fees?
He's not a man. It's like, exactly. He becomes this manifestation of God. It's like the messenger of God becomes
God. Yes,
no.
treating him like that. It's scary. I know you're from Jamaica, so I don't know what church is like over there, but I would think it's more, you know. I feel like it's more bubbly. You know what I'm saying? Like the reggaeton in the church. Come on, man.
Reggaeton.
You gotta be bouncy. Them praise nights. Come on, man.
Jamaica church. No, from what I can really remember, the only
like to
thing.
See Jamaican praise nights for real, man.
Yeah. The one thing that I can really remember is that church didn't feel like, at least my church was a very small church, or at least the one that, like, I guess I went to for the longest. It was a very small church, and
everybody knows everybody.
Exactly. It was more of a community. It was like, okay, we were just doing this. Like, it was literally held in, like, a classroom of, like, a school. Like, it was very much like this amount of people. If it rains, it rains. Like, if 4 people come to church, 4 people come to church. Like, it's very much like,
yo, don't kill me. Don't kill me. Yo, nah, man.
No, but for real.
That was good, man. Because those are the trying times, right? Those are the pastors that actually really are
exactly. And
souls,
like,
man.
commonplace was like going into like the quote unquote ghettos to preach and evangelize and see people where they're at. That's one thing I don't like about the way that I see religion now. It's like you're trying to change people. You're trying to make them become what you want them to become. And it's like, that's not how shit works.
You're meant to guide them to be their best self, not what you feel like they should be. Because everybody's idea is different, right? Like going to church is like going to the gym, right? It's spiritual workout.
Yeah, exactly.
So everybody's pace, everybody's weight is different, man.
Thank you.
That's why I
said
the church thing, right? I was telling my mom, I'm not going to pray like you, man. You're an older lady that's a prayer warrior. You've become this person. So you're expecting that out of me. Now when I just want to play FIFA. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That is a big disconnect there, right? So I feel like with the whole church, Christianity, religion thing, right? Like our era, our generation has kind of changed it. We don't go to church as much because at the end of the day, man, like the 10 Commandments were there for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
True. That's true.
It's
The
like,
guideline
it's like
of
go to the synagogue or you just do what the Ten Commandments says. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, you think God not going to try and make it easy for us, knowing the kind of situation He put us in on earth?
No, I feel like
you get my point. Like he's gonna give you a cheat code somewhat, and be like,
cheat code.
This is the exam, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are past questions.
Yeah.
After these past questions, let's say 25 questions on the exam. After these past questions, 18 are gonna show up.
But even the Bible, like even if you look at the Bible, like it has been changed so much. We don't even know what the first real Bible said.
Exactly.
And people are still changing.
Bible is the most popular novel, they say, right? So
the most sold.
It's the most popular novel. When you really like it, that's why people always say you gotta read the Bible like a novel. You don't really read it like this. You won't change an age.
How can you tell somebody how to?
I'm true. You gotta read the Bible like a novel, and then you have people that tell you, "Oh, I've read the Bible 3 times this year, back to back." It's like, okay, how did that feel?
What have you gained? What did you gain? Like, what did you gain? Like, okay, you read the Bible. What did you learn?
You read it as a novel, man. Like, there's too many storylines for you to tell me you actually know everything.
Exactly.
Like, there's too many.
People go to seminary school. People have to go to school to
become pastors. Exactly. So you don't read the Bible 3 times in 1 year.
You're like, I'm better than you because I read the Bible. Yeah.
Are you really not qualified?
Like your qualification is like being literate. Wow.
Do you understand?
Like bro, what is that mean?
Yo, kill me. Like 2-year-old starts reading a book. You say, now I can teach in school. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
No.
Like, I mean, but with religion, right? Like, we're all finding our path, right? We're all finding our way, man. So I just feel like just do what's right, man. You know what I mean? Principles, man. Like those are the things that
like follow the 10 Commandments. Listen,
fruit of the spirits like patience, long suffering, endurance. Be there for your brother. Be a brother's keeper. Like just tiny things that are there, right? That just like if you just abide by those things, man, everything just falls in line.
I feel like now not Christianity. The church is doing a lot more than they should be doing. Like they're straying so far away from the teachings that they're teaching.
And that's one question with that being said, right? We say that straying far away from the teachings. Do you think it's their fault or is the fault of advancement of technology, everything in the world? Like now I think when I say that, right, every church now wants to have like an online YouTube presence. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that kind of thing can make the pastor almost start chasing clouds. But at what point he's chasing clouds? You get my point? Because he's preaching like a real message though.
No, because
but you don't know his hidden intentions. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So I feel like pastors want their word to go out to more people.
Yep,
so for them, it's like, I don't know their hidden intentions, like you said. Like, I don't know what in the back of their head was going on. But I would assume that their goal is for the message to get out, for people to, learn. But even before COVID in church, I would see people, while the message is going on, doing a Facebook live stream. Why are you doing a Facebook live stream when there's somebody in the back recording the message? Why do you need to do it when you're in the...
Like my church back home in Nigeria, I get that, right? Like somebody's recording their phone when the whole church has a production, right? My church back home, you have to pay for the CDs.
Yeah,
like, why are we paying for the CDs? It's not meant to be free gospel.
No, it's like
I literally just missed what I heard in the church. Not like I know I heard you, but I need to just go and listen, right? But I have to pay for this.
The thing is, these people are not paying attention.
They start treating the church like a business. That's what they messed up.
It is a business.
That's what
it is a business. Even like COVID came around, people are still giving offering to keep the church open while...
True.
For what?
I mean...
I
feel kind of attacked because I sent it tight once.
Why? No, but I mean like...
I sent offering once to TDJ's church.
Like I know...
I sent $50. Yo, text this number and send $50, man.
No, like I know...
Why not?
No, I know that like, they need the lights on and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But even like giving offering, it's like a ritual. Like my dad always says, they spend so much time on like offering. Like you are singing a song, whatever choir's going, everybody's standing up row by row, and now you're watching who's giving offering. Now you know everybody's pocket. Now you see what everybody's doing, and it's like
it's
not your
I hear that.
it's not your business.
I hear that, man.
It's
like them ones where you go to the altar to plant a seed and people are dropping money in dollars, and then before you know, people after the church come and start asking you, oh, you want to be part of this community and help us advance. So it's the same thing, man. It's all profitable to them. You know what I'm saying? The church is meant to be a non-profit organization, man.
And
I can speak like this because I used to help my mom in welfare, right? So I know like it's meant to be a non-profit organization.
Yeah.
But they have to balance the books at the end of the day. So it's weird, man. You're meant to win souls. You're meant to gauge it based on how many people come back and tell you, hey, this was impactful, right? But like I said, I feel like now we are saying, right, teachers at the Bible or spiritual teachers are losing their essence. How many youth teachers do we have? That's right? True. But then again, how many farmers do we really have in the world though? That's what we're about to enter a food shortage. You know what I'm saying? So it's like technology is really making everything bad. I mean, you've got to realize that white people are the one that brought Christianity to us, right? They can take it away from us, man, literally. No. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
you're
they
right.
can take it away from us. I'm back to what we were saying earlier about Christianity being a mob. It's an Irish mob, bro. It's an Italian mob, bro. It's a Vatican mob. It's all like crusaders.
No, but for real, it's
crusaders.
like they're here ready to gang up on people if they're not Christian, and it's like
that's what they used to go fight for the Lord, right? And kill people
they're
on
like,
the Lord's
okay,
behalf.
make people like be fishers of men, go out, blah blah blah.
Fishers of men.
It's like
Yo, stop it, man. Stop it. You guys are roping your pockets in. They say fishers of men. Yo, an investment to the Lord, man.
No, because like for
an
me,
investment to the Lord, my bad.
No, for me, it's like, okay, you're telling me right now that you know what's best for this person that you don't know. You're telling me that Christianity is the best thing for them. Or whatever religion you believe is the best thing for them, regardless of if you know their situation, you know. Like, a lot of people have religious trauma. A lot of people are not in the church because it's a conscious decision because the church has messed them up.
True.
So you can't go to somebody telling them they must be Christian if they're traumatized from Christianty. Like, for me,
or never just let them to stick to something that they want to get away from or something they don't understand. That's
there's
culture,
a reason why. Like, people are smart. If they want to go somewhere, they have legs, they have an Uber, they have a car, whatever. They can go themselves.
That's true.
Like, when I think of, I guess, fishers of men or whatever, the best way that I can think of it that I can agree with is, like, I used to go, like, to youth group.
Yep.
And my mom was in, like, the evangelism team, and we would go to like the homeless shelters. We would go and we would feed them and talk to them and sing for them and whatever. And I'm not gaining anything from that. That's a Friday night. I'm losing my Friday night. I'm going with the intention to fellowship with these people, taking the time out of my day, because I have a life to go back to. I have a life, they're being deprived of so much. I'm taking the time out of my day to be like, okay, I'm not saying that, like, I'm holier than thou, but I mean that, like, that's what I feel like it should be. It should be where, essence, right? Exactly, so like, where
spending time with somebody or spending time to do something to invest in somebody. I know you're coming from it.
Yeah, like, I'm showing the quote unquote godlike nature within myself to be like, okay, here you go, take it, leave it, whatever, but I'm offering you this thing. That sounds really, let me rephrase it.
It sounds very conditional.
No, okay. What I mean is that when I go into a place that people are, a fellowship definitely, but like a place where I can physically see that people are less fortunate than me and they are happy and they are living their lives, it brings me down to the level of, like, you need to reevaluate your shit. You need to be grateful for the shit that you have, because people have so much less than you and they are so grateful for what they have.
No, that's true.
And nothing's guaranteed either. Like,
that's true. No, that's true. No, like when it comes to religion, right? Like, religion can really make you go hide in a cave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many contradictions, right? It's like, a good example, right? Like what you're saying right now. Like, you go into a place of fellowship to help, like, people that are kind of more less fortunate. That leaves something in your heart, right? It touches you in a way where it makes you reevaluate yourself. You say, you know what? I have to be a better person. I have to be more grateful or whatever, right? Yeah. And then you might go somewhere else where there's a whole different Christian, right? That's doing just that to you.
But they come from it with something else. Like,
I'm saying, you guys are both Christians at the end of the day. But that person feels like they're more holy than you.
Yeah.
And then they start looking down on you. That's trying to learn how to not look down on somebody. Now, it's almost like you're not in that middle place of that one will be a bully or that one will be bullied. Or
it's like the hierarchy. It's a really big hierarchy because like your mom.
It's a chokehold, man. Not hierarchy. It's a chokehold. It's a chokehold.
No, because like your mom, she is
man.
this prayer warrior, and you're like, I'll never be like that. But she's looking at somebody else, being like, this person is all this, and I'm just this, and you're looking at her like, bro, but you are all this. Like, why aren't you?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Bro, like I'm happy. Like I take pride in you being a prayer warrior, but as for me, I'm still finding my foot as a crusader. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm still finding
I'm still wearing the
who I
helmet
am.
of Christ. Like trying to find my breastplate of courage and faith. Like, come on, man. Like you have the whole attire, man. Go do your thing. Like when it's my turn, I'll step into the role, man. But that's something I feel like our elder generation. I feel like our parents' generation, I feel like they realize that they can't do anything to us or they can't do anything to change us. So that's why it's people that like let's say like one generation under it's people that one generation under them that will definitely understand, right? So good example, like I have an elder cousin, like his dad is a pastor, right? My parents are really super religious, right? In that sense, like Christianity, right? So anything I had issues understanding, I used to go to him and be like, how do you do it? You know what I mean? You're the firstborn just like me, you're the first boy just like me. He even lost his elder sister or some shit. I'm like, you know what I mean? That will you make your parents put more pressure on you, and even them as pastors, right? They might put all that emotional banking in you. So how did you fucking do it, bro, in that house? Like relating to them and shit, you know what I mean? So it's stuff like that I started realizing that man, like our parents, they are far gone in their practices. You know what I'm saying? It's like trying to go meet a scientist that has a lab the size of a easy campus, and then trying to meet a pharmacist that really is still trying to grasp things, right? So who would you rather converse with? I'd rather converse with the pharmacist first, right? Let me see and know, okay, if you want to go meet the scientist, what questions do I ask? You know what I mean? We want to find the gauge and the loopholes, right? So that's how I found my own, like, balance. My cousin would tell me, yo, bro, do what you want to do. At the end of the day, is you and your God, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And his dad is a pastor for like a whole region. And
so, a lot of like,
I just took it to heat. I'm like, you know what, fam, I'm just gonna do me, man. You know what I mean? In Bible, never said no smoke, no weed.
I can't.
He said no. He said don't get drunk though.
I remember
that story very correctly. My dad never let me hear what the day he see me drunk. Like, yo, remember what I started like, bro? I heard you. You know what I mean? Like, I heard you, bro. Like, let me shower first. And let me shower and cool off. Like, yo,
let me breathe.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Bible never said anything about smoking weed. Like, never said. Okay, good example. Got my first tattoo, right? For those of you that are listening, got my first tattoo, right? Parents would be like, "Yo, that's bad. You keep body's your temple, right?"
Yeah.
But only me knows how I want to keep my temple.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Only me knows how I want my temple to be. Literally, like.
Yeah.
This is my temple.
It's my
temple.
Body. Like, I'm not forcing you. Like,
You know
I have a few tattoos.
If
like, I'm not.
If you don't like how clean the church is physically, you can change church. You know
exactly. Nobody says that you have to look a certain way. Like, okay, humans are born with 2 arms, 2 legs. If somebody only has 1 arm, you're gonna tell them like you're not like you're.
If they have 3, that's what I'm scared.
That's 3.
If they have 1, I'll say something is missing. If they have 3, I'm like, where do you get an extra 1 from, bro?
Like, hook me up,
bro. I need an extra hand for washing dishes, man. What are we doing? That's what we doing. Nah. I hear your point, but fam, if somebody shows up with 3 hands, yo, you have to run. No.
Superhuman.
Kill me.
Superhuman.
I mean, at this point, you gotta tag them as superhuman, man. Or you have to tag them as superhuman. That's the only way they might feel comfortable on earth, man, without feeling like they're freaky. Because why do you have 3 hands, man? Making me feel
we're not even talking about that. Let's not even get.
Making me feel like I'm not. You go start questioning God, like, bro, am I not serving you right? Like, give me 1 extra hand, Lord. No, don't kill me, man. Don't fucking kill me. Don't kill me.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, what is God to you? Like, when you think of God, do you have like a visual thing in your head? Is God like an energy? Is God like an entity? Is God male, female, whatever?
I mean, I can't really say God is male or female, right? Because back to what I know from the church, right? He's father to the fatherless, mother to the motherless. So he's basically unisex, right? Like he's genderless, like he's not gender. So I'm led to believe he's an entity, he's a power, he's an energy that flows. And we are talking before we started recording and everything, how reincarnation is a thing, right? Reincarnation, my bad. So that's why people can say, oh, you have to be God-like. Because God was this big energy that created the world. So where did that energy go if you can't leave this earth? You know what I'm saying? So you have to keep bouncing on the, you know?
But then,
bounce back and
if we think about it from that perspective, that means that God is within all of us.
He is
right?
within
Because,
all of us.
No, I do believe that, yeah. But what I mean, like, when you think about it like that, it's like, how can you judge the God in somebody else when you don't even honor the God within yourself?
You haven't finished being the God in you.
Exactly. You haven't even explored the parts of yourself that you're supposed to be, the divine parts of yourself, and you're going out here trying to tell somebody that they're not supposed to be doing.
But hey, I have a good example for that though. Kanye is a good example. When you go through so much trauma, right, or so much like trying to figure yourself, depleting your ego, reducing your ego. You can actually tell somebody 12 years into your career, go find God. You know what I'm saying? I get where it's coming. It sounds crazy to people though. But when you've lived that kind of life where you're not bounded by what people are saying, you're trying to really like reach that max God in you. And then somebody trying to judge what you're doing. Like what you just said, like how can you judge God in me? Like have you found the God in you? Go find God.
Have you found the divinity within yourself? Like a lot of people, like when I think of religion, it's like people think that when you're going out to find this thing outside of yourself, it's like this entity is just giving you knowledge in order for you to change who you are.
Exactly.
It's not coming down. Like, I'm not saying that like God doesn't touch people.
No.
And that
It's
spirits exist.
not like his hand is gonna come from his sky and be like, bro,
like a physical hand. Like, how are you going to
how are you going to listen to him when he calls, innit? How are you going to pick the message apart when you're listening to him? When he's blowing, basically.
Because even I was thinking about it, I'm like, God speaks to you in the ways that he knows, or it knows, or that consciousness knows that you will listen. They'll give you signs. So if you don't even know yourself, how are you supposed to know when God is touching you? How are you supposed to know when shit's happening?
When she's changing for you, that goes back to what we were talking about earlier, right? With killing your ego and stuff like that, right? When that kind of thing happens, when God touches you like that, or when you've seen God, or when you've had an experience with God, so people might call it going soft, you might call it killing your ego. Because remember we were talking earlier about how religion and ego are the rival opposites, right? Like it's the same thing, man. If God touches you, man, lays his hand on you, like you can't come out here and be acting like you're this pompous, egotistical guy. Because you understand there's a power or entity that's way beyond you, an energy you can never match, that you just have to keep. Bro, our daily experiences on earth is just to try and be like God. This nigga has, forgive me for saying it, but he's been here way before the 1600s.
Like this idea,
this ideology or this thing,
like
so
it's been long.
We're chasing. I want to say we're chasing ghosts, but even though you're chasing ghosts, the best thing to do is not to run. Stay in one place. You know what I'm saying? And then just listen. Like what I'm trying to say, if you stay in one place instead of chasing ghosts, the ghost will come to you. You know what I'm saying? Because instead of trying to chase God and look for God's message, fam, go do some dumb shit, man. And then one day he'll just come and tell you, bro, I'm going to come. Why is it that only when there are people in jail they always find God? Because you're sitting in one place, finally.
No, like literally, when you stop, because shit happens to you in your life, and when shit first starts, trauma, whatever, you start to run from it. Your instinct as a human is to run from it, but it's gonna catch up to you, it's gonna catch up to you in a way that's gonna rock your world. It's gonna force you. No, for real. It's gonna force you to sit.
It's true.
Just sit in one place and feel all this shit. And once you start to pull all that shit out of yourself, you start to realize the lies you're telling yourself. You start to realize, because one of the concrete beliefs of Christianity is honesty. Like, you have to be honest with yourself, and a lot of Christians have this big ego and they're not being honest with themselves. So the vision and the perception of themselves is so wrong that their view of God is gonna be wrong. So they're coming towards God in a way. That's why people are like, oh, but
totally
even
different with true. When you're finding using the wrong angles to try and find what you're looking for, like
I'm not saying any angle is wrong.
No. I didn't say you said. I'm just saying when you try and do that, right? As in general, like let's say you're trying to do the whole, maybe I'm a now crackers become bona fide Christians, or somebody lost their way early in life and they became Christian or whatever. Like that turning point, right? Only them knows what they're running from, like you said. Only them knows the angles they were running to.
Yeah.
So when I say you're running from, when I say coming from the wrong angle, I'm just talking about like how you're approaching the situation.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm saying like,
do
you want to find God the right way, or do you want to find God just to feel like you're holier than thou and you're less than thou? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody has their own agenda with God, and that's something I don't feel like people should play with, man. My name is I have God. That's why I don't play around with it. You know what I'm saying? So my parents named me that for a reason, and those are the kind of questions I always keep asking them. Like, why did you name me this for a reason? Like, something must have happened so significant in your life that you
had
this.
to,
You know what I'm saying? Like, why? But they keep telling me, yo, you just walk in your power, bro. You know the meaning of your name, just walk in your power. Just walk in your power. But how am I meant to know?
Telling someone just walk in your power is such like...
How am I meant to know where the power even came from? I don't know where the problem came from that created that power.
Christianity, I feel like, or even like spirituality, whatever, they're like, just walk in your power. And they're saying like really vague things. I'm like, bro, you gotta break it down. Break it all the way down.
Break it down, man. Like, what do you mean I should walk in my power? That my name means this. I'm like, yeah, it means that, but okay. And then you come to this side of the world, you start having issues with like loss, you know what I mean, rejections, all those things, like start having those minor issues, right? And you're like, whoa, okay, am I losing myself? Okay, I don't think I'm losing myself. If I'm godlike, then that's when you start having those. For me though, personally, right, I feel like my name keeps me on track.
Okay, you remember who you are.
I remember
that is walking in your power though.
Now because of my name, so it makes me stay like that guy where it's like I don't want to be too judgmental. It
reminds you of
reminds me of who I am basically, right? So sometimes I get. One thing I always do when I'm super drunk or fucked up is call my name.
Okay.
If I can mention my actual native name, I'm good.
Okay.
If I can remember that, I'm good. Because that's all you have on earth, right? Yeah. Your name. So like, that's my dad's time. That's all you have. So when I get super fucked up, like super smashed, I'll just go into the washroom and be like,
"That's my name."
Right?
That's my name.
See what I'm saying? Like,
like that's me. Like it's me. Like I see you.
Once you clock and you come out of the washroom, you might still be tipsy or whatever, but it's a little bounce. You know, you have a different kind of like swag, and then you're like, whoa.
You're like, that's me. Like that's me.
What? If I'm even a way more higher frequency now, man. But what are we doing?
My god.
But some people, they look at you like you're cocky, right? They look at you like you're overconfident.
Even people that are like, how are you gonna judge me for saying I'm the shit? Like, you don't know shit about me.
Your parents have called you cocky or confident or some shit, man.
My mom always tells me, "Oh, you act like you're too much. You think I'm too much."
Exactly.
You. There's something within me. Exactly. There's something within me that you wish that you had. There's something within me. So that's you are projecting your own insecurities on me, and I don't fuck with that shit.
Yo, I told my dad one time, and he's trying to be me. This nigga nearly took my head off. So what do you mean? Me that gave birth to you? I'm trying to be you? That's like insult. I said, nah, you don't understand. Let me paraphrase.
Taking offense.
You wish you were in this era because things are easier for us.
Yeah.
Things are, like you wish you were me in the sense that like I wish I had what you had. Yeah. Once I said like that and realized I was saying the truth. Now we cool.
It's quiet. Yeah, my dad would be like, "Oh yeah, you're not gonna listen to me anyway. So let's end the argument. Let's end the conversation."
You know what I'm saying? And now that gives me the position to start like, as a youngin, right, to now lead my own parents, because at some point you have to lead them, right? So
yes.
Once you start doing, once you start showing them that okay, my mom, right, she told me something, right, like we'll have an issue. First time my mom found out I was smoking, I can't wait for her to find out I have a tattoo. It's about to be a whole church program.
It's not even that big.
Now I'm saying it's about to be a church program, I know, because regardless of how it's big or not, they're about to take me to church, man, like for real. But my mom just talked to me and be like, yo, when I started smoking with heavy, right, she should be like, yo, you gotta relax, man, like you're fucking with your body, you're fucking your temple, you know, I made a covenant with God when I gave birth to you, all these things. I'm like, that was cool, but that's young God.
That's young God.
I did not hear the covenant. I was in the belly. You know what I'm saying? If the covenant was made when I was cognizant enough to say, yo,
exactly.
I was okay, yo, let's move different. But young God made a covenant when I was not born. That's like Samuel and what's Samuel's mom's name in the Bible? The girl that could not give birth. I forgot him right now, man. Who? Sarah? Is it? No, not Sarah. Not Sarah. Fuck. No Ruth either. I know I forgot him, but she couldn't give birth. Yeah.
Guys,
so basically,
all the Bible people are checking us out. Like, y'all don't know this shit.
You can judge, man, but that's we're still telling you, man. You don't to judge, like. So this episode should be for you, really. Like, to be honest, like my mom used to tell me, like, fam, man, like, you know, like, go watch what you do. I'm telling her, yo, you raise a child the way they should go. They'll never depart from it. Furthermore, my name is my name. So why are you really on my neck?
That's what I always tell my mom.
Why are you on my neck?
Just because I choose to do something that you don't think I should be doing doesn't mean I'm straying away from what you taught me.
Like times are different, man. Like pavements are fatter than they were when they were walking those days. No,
like we have computers, we have the whole of the knowledge of the universe in our pockets.
Like, just watch, man. Not same only girls are the only fans right now. They'll still marry pastors eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like a pastor will still marry some girl the only fans in this era. When you go tell him his wife is a witch or his wife is this and that, or she's a human being, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what we don't know what she actually does practice.
Even like pastors' children. Like people always say pastor children are the worst.
They are the worst.
Because a lot of them rebel because they're not allowed to express
have a sense of expression.
Even a sense of self. They're being told from young that you're a pastor's child, you conduct yourself this way, you do this way, you do things this way. So once they reach the age of like knowledge, the age of confidence, they're like, what the fuck am I doing? Like they start to do all the things.
No, it's true.
All the things.
I'm very happy that my dad never actually took the pastor role too serious. He my feeling for a pastor on a Thursday evening, you know, he's a council member basically, but I'm happy he never took it too serious because I was already like a madman in high school and elementary school. So if he took it too serious, I can imagine the depth that I've gone to because that I really wanted to rebel. I was really a rebel by nature.
It's like you're pushing and you're pulling, and it's like something has to break. Something has to give.
And if something doesn't break, you're gonna tie me in a knot where I'm like, you know what? Now I'm just stressed.
You start to get suffocated. Like they think that they're opening up this world to you, and it's like you're suffocating me.
The world is already open, man. You just have to go look
exactly.
For
like you have to allow your children to fall in order for them to understand that you don't want to get cut again. Like.
True, and I feel like our parents did a good job of protecting some of us, right? But we rebels, or those of us that are rebelling, right? There's people that obviously were rebelling more than me or whatever. Like people that were more outside than most of us. But it's like at the end of the day, man, that gave us a sense of self. That's why I can joke how I can joke. That's why I can be cool with different personalities because I have a sense of self from interacting with people. But if I was so protected, then all I'll ever know is that suburban dude in me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I live in an estate in Nigeria, right? So to somebody here, that's a suburban kid, right?
Yeah.
But regardless,
you're limiting yourself because that's the only part of yourself that you know. Like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. If your parents keep trying to keep you in the estate, like all you're ever gonna know is where your parents' chokehold is on you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely. My mom is very much like I'm an only child. Like my mom's very much like
even only child, man. I get you, man. Even only child because you can't play around with your seed, man. Like what? You can't play with your seed,
no, but it's hard as like a person, as a human being.
Let me ask you: if you had an only child, how would you want to treat that child, or how do you think that child should be treated?
I feel like because I'm not putting my job as a parent is not to
your job is to parent.
Yes. But my job is not to control how the child turns out. My job is to guide that child and protect that child from danger. I'm not saying I'm going to let my child run into fire. I'm not saying that I'm going to let the child run wild. I'm saying that this child is a gift. And when you get a gift, you don't control what that gift is. True. You don't know what that gift is going to mature to be. So me telling my child that, oh, you can't do this because blah, blah, blah. If my child has an interest in, say, my son has an interest in, I don't know, dance, whatever.
I'll say OnlyFans, but
child.
If, let's say your only son had interest in OnlyFans or being a porn star, then what do you now do?
Okay, so if that's my child and my child is of age, I'm gonna say do your thing, make your money, but just know that people are gonna judge you. Okay. I'm not telling you what to do, but you have to understand the responsibility and the path that you're taking. And I'm still your mom, and I still love you, but I'm just letting you know that it's gonna be a lot harder for you harder for you to deal with this shit. Like it's not my job to tell you what path to take.
I was just trying to rope you in to see whether you're actually gonna stick to what you were saying. Which you stuck to your guns, man. You said
always,
I won't parent them. I won't lock them down. I'll guide them, which is what you just said. No. Even if you want to do like porn, whatever, like
because
I'll just guide
it's
them.
Also
you gotta know what to expect.
People are making money. Like if
anything is a job nowadays, isn't it? Like there's a lot of jobs. So you can't really judge, man. You just got to guide, really.
Like the amount of people that went on OnlyFans when COVID hit, girls that are making like thousands of dollars in 2 days. Like,
Oi, any of you out there listening, man, if you're doing OnlyFans, man, send discount code again.
do not listen to it.
Just put discount code in the comment
Don't listen
section,
to
man.
it.
I'll check out for it.
Anyway.
Yo, drop some future discount codes too, man. Some that might be valid in June. yo, I would like to resell these discount codes. I'm just saying, man. Just saying. Nah, man, jokes, man. Serious, man. Serious jokes.
Oh my god. My head hurts.
Yo.
Oh my god. Okay.
Nah, man, but I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, man, we're all gonna do better than our parents. So.
If you consciously decide to create your own path, then you're going to, because no one's saying that the path that your parents took was a bad path. It was mostly the path that they were forced to be on, because they didn't know how to. They didn't even know how to speak up for themselves or acknowledge, because like a lot of this generation is dealing with a lot of trauma, and we are the ones that are pulling out all that shit and realizing that it's coming from generations. And you see the trauma in your parents, and you're like, you can't even identify within yourself the issues, but you're telling me about myself. You don't even know yourself. No,
it's true. And that's why, like, the time I told you, I went back home in Nigeria, and me and my dad, we spoke. I was like, I'm just like you, whatever. How that convo really happened, is a little story. Is like, there was a little argument, right? Like, just a little argument. And they brought, like, a counselor from church, right? Like, one of the elder men in the church talked to me. And the guy was talking about, oh, now I'm in Canada, I probably smoked weed, I probably opened my third eye, and I feel like I'm a freedom fighter. Because not in their days, that's what they felt like. If you smoked weed or you were a rebel, you were like a activist, you were like a freedom fighter. And I told them in my living room, I'm like, nope, that's not what it is. I'm rebelling against the quotations that my parents, that the people I came from, that split their soul half and half.
Yeah.
I'm fighting that, that stigma, not the stigma of, oh, this guy smoked weed and whatever. Like, no, bro. I need my parents to understand that, I'm just like you. And then I told my pops here, like, bro, I'm a mini you, bro. Look at me. I have your face, bro.
Yeah, like
why is that if I ask you something you don't answer? If I do this, you get angry. Like, you can't be mad at me. I am you. You can't be mad at me. If anybody should be mad at anybody, it should be me mad at you. And like, you know what I'm saying? You brought me to a word I didn't ask for. Like, there's so many things I can be mad at you for, but it's like, I keep coming here to ask for knowledge, and you just keep turning me away.
And how can you deny someone knowledge?
Knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And then and my problem with my parents, right? That's why this convo is good, because when you guys listen, you guys might think I'm the most spiritual person, right? You guys might think, oh yeah, because talking about God and Bible and religion, we do this every second of our life. No, not really, man. To be fair. You know what I'm saying? Because even my parents, they ask me, used to read the Bible, yeah, cool, but I tell them, fam, it's not everything that God is going to solve, really. God helps those that help themselves, right? So if I ask you for knowledge to change the generational trajectory, I don't. And then I keep trying to find God, and I'm still now hurting my kids in the process. Let's say I have a child, like, in the next 5 years, right?
Like, not everything that they did in the past is right. Like, they're like, back in the day, like, okay.
Facts. Like, everything back in the day was valid, because I wasn't there. It's like you said, everything is
you
right.
could tell me that there were dragons back in the day. I'm like, okay, I don't fucking know.
I don't know, bro. Like, I wasn't there for that shit, man. Like,
No.
I just feel like our parents, man, you're far removed from where we're going. But if you're going somewhere, you're going to know where you're coming from, right? That's why asking questions is always good, man. Know what your parents are practicing, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you know your parents will be practicing crystals and like witchcrafts and them things according to how you people call it, right? They call crystals and manifesting witchcraft. Yeah. You don't want your parents practicing that and then you're doing something else, or you don't want to practice something else and then your parents are practicing. You want to be somewhat a mirror, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's where the disconnect came with our parents.
But even like you were talking about how this council member was saying that like you are smoking weed and like opening your third eye. The third eye is simply when it's open, it's your connection to the other realms, your connection to God, which means that all the pastors and preachers have their third eye open. Like they're the things that they're saying and shitting on, even manifestation.
Even if they don't have their third eye open, they have somewhat of it open, or they have an idea what it is for them to try and use
exactly. Like I don't even like manifestation. prayer is manifestation.
It is.
You are saying to someone, a sick person, you are healed. That is a manifestation.
I was Centurion's faith is on my hand, right? Because there's a the story of Centurion. The guy that went to Jesus and knelt down and said, "Hey, if you just tell me that my servant."
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
So like, it's literally the same thing, bro. It's like I don't have to see to believe.
It's the same thing. like
I don't have to see to believe. Like, come on, man. Like, I feel like we have a long ways to go, but regardless, man, we are here to change the narrative. We're here to change the spectrum, right? So religion is just what it is. And moving forward, what's religion going to be? You know what I'm saying? Like, really,
religion is
churches
changing.
are closing. People are going to be watching more YouTube churches. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people are really inspired in the Lord these days? How many people are even really inspired by much? You know what I'm saying? Like, except doing the same thing that you've seen people do, like trying to build a tech app, trying to build this, trying to do that. Even sometimes trying to drop music is hard for me because I'm like, you're doing everything that people are trying to do already. You know what I mean?
The thing that I've realized about that is that when you're creating things or you're creative, you are, yes, you're doing things that everybody else has done, but it has never been done from your perspective.
That was the silver lining, though.
So even if, like, I get inspired by things really easy. Like, I hear someone say, like, a sentence, and I'll write a poem about it. That person will... That wasn't their intention, but and they're just saying shit. And then I take that and I create it through my own lens, how I see the world.
Creativity and religion, what do you think their relationship is like?
I feel like because creation in itself, or creation, is about religion. Creativity, like, I don't know how to say it, but like, your creativity, whatever your passion is within you. It isn't something that you go out and search. It's something that's coming from within you. And how can you deny yourself? How can you deny that godlike part of you? How can you deny what is coming out of you? Like, that's something that you can't fake, something you can't front. Like, you can be like, oh yeah, like, I'll say like, yeah, no, I'm gonna stop writing. And I just start doing it. Like, I'll ignore it for a while and then something happens and I just can't stop writing. It just like bubbles out of you.
Yeah.
So like, with religion, I feel like it...
I'm about to say, man, if creativity is in you, like you said, and our religion is... something that we do, like how we had the 3 examples earlier. Music is a religion, writing and creativity is a religion, right? So I feel like those are mediums that
you do that thing religiously, like
These are different mediums you can use to change the world, really, man. You might be God to somebody in the next 10 years. The way what's her name? Chimamanda, right? That's her name, right?
The writer? Yeah.
Like the way she's a goddess to some ladies now, right? Because she's putting her creativity in her religion, right? I was asking, what do you think their relationship is? Do they go hand in hand? Do they ever like meet at any point and then opposite? You know, because sometimes your religion can make you not want to create something.
I think
you know
so. Yeah, I feel like religion
has
kills.
per se.
I feel like it kills creativity in some sense.
That's what I was asking, what in your relationship is, because obviously it's going to bring out creativity, right? Because that's your religion, you're doing it every time. But at some point, you're going to feel like you're maxed it out, or what religion as we know it is going to contradict what you're trying to create.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, let's use music.
Yep. Let's use music.
Let's use music. So, to me, or like with Christians, whatever.
Yeah.
With my parents, they are very strict about the way that they listen to music. It's only gospel, blah blah blah. Like like my dad listens to country music. Like it's only like a certain genre that they subscribe to. Yeah. And for you might say, but I like rap, or I like blah blah blah. And like, no, but rap is of the devil, blah blah blah. Sure. And that limits your creativity, because you're like, well, I can only, if I'm gonna say I'm Christian, I can only create music, I can only create gospel, I can only create this type of vibe. And it's like, it's limiting.
It actually does limit
who you could be because of who you're being told that you are, basically.
Yep. And that's what I was asking you. You hit it right on the nail, man. That's what I was asking, because that is bound to limit you at some points, right? But then again, it's like the Aretha Franklins, they came from the church. The Whitney Houstons, they came from the church. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like they live this opposite spectrum, because religion tried to keep them in the chokehold for so long, and they're like, yo, this is who I am.
Discover that there's so
much more, you know what I'm saying? And you're so eccentric from within, as like you said, everything comes from within. So all your eccentricity it's from you at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You sleep when you wake up. You don't know what entities are talking to you when you're sleeping. You know?
Yeah, you don't know what. Yeah.
You don't know what entities you wake up with.
No, for real. For real. No.
Like, you don't know, you just wake up one morning, you're like, what am I feeling all of a sudden? Like, what am I feeling like that? Like, you never know, man. We're vessels, right? We God trying to just be used, man. And just really, really try and just, point to people, man. Like, all people's palms every time you can, like, that's how we're going to, each one teach one, right? That's the only way. Because religion, I feel like now is a fallacy. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a dying art, per se, right? It was the art of the con men before. But now, when people are conning you with Bitcoin and them things, who cares about religion con men? You know what I'm saying?
So many cults.
There's so many things,
but it's
man.
but it's no, but like for real, like when religion is dying or whatever, religion in like developing countries, religion is really, really, really popular because people need to hold on to something. When shit is falling to the ground, you have to have something to hold on to. And like in the first quote unquote first world,
hope folks shit more than dope, man. I don't talk about that right now. It actually does.
No, but like in the, let's say, developed world, I'm not saying that Canada, the US, whatever is developed, but I mean debatable, not for today. But I'm just using the terminology that they use.
I get you, man. First world country.
Religion is less popular, potent. Because people find other things to believe in.
Yeah.
People find other ways to distract themselves. They find other things. But like spirituality is coming to arise in the developed, quote unquote again, world because shit is hitting the fan.
Yep.
COVID, shit is hitting the fan. People are realizing that we aren't as protected as we think we are. So now people are finding something outside of themselves to help them to ground
themselves,
what they already know, I guess, within themselves.
Okay, so now actually earlier, where I think religion is going. And you said prayer is a form of manifestation, which I do 100% believe because it says pray without ceasing. That's what manifesting is, right?
Yeah.
Manifesting and working towards it is the same thing, right? Pray without ceasing.
Yeah.
So what do you think next? I'm not going to say that it's a religion or it's like it's going to be like Christianity or Islam, but do you think like Christians are going to make a comeback? Like, you know how like they have like the tarot readers and the witch doctors that used to read in the, like the fortune tellers per se, right?
Yeah.
There was a time when that was a thing.
Yeah.
It was really, really dominant.
Yeah.
And I feel like that era was when people were getting a lot of shit off, right?
Yeah.
But then again, people now say that those people were con men. But there's still pastors that are conning now, though.
I was going to say, like, there are people that deny, like, there are people, I've listened to this podcast, Spiritual Shit by Aaliyah Lovely, love it. But she talks about how, or she'll have guests on. And they'll say how like they try to deny their gifts, like like they're mediums, like they'll be like medium, like they'll talk to spirits or they'll see shit
talk
and they'll
to spirits.
They'll like
wait. Are we talking about like when you say mediums, like them crystal type of mediums?
Like they'll like see dead people and they'll talk to them. But I mean, like, they deny that shit because they're being told that, like, it's not persistent. Shit comes to them. Like, they'll see shit, whatever.
Actually, let me ask you one question before you branch off. Do you think those kind of people are really, really needed? Or what do you think their use is in life, really? If you can see spirits,
feel like if they weren't needed, they wouldn't be
have
here.
The gift, right? Yeah.
They wouldn't be. It's like your tonsils. Like, human... like, no, for real. Because what? We don't really need tonsils, whatever. You cut them out, whatever, but they still are there. Like, it's like if it wasn't needed, or I forget what organ it is, but there's like an organ that we have in the human body that's getting smaller, or like our hair. Human hair now is way thinner than it was a long time ago.
No, that's true.
So it's like evolution, quote unquote. Changes, and as we change, our needs change. So if people that had those gifts weren't needed, then the gifts would have faded out already.
I get that. No, I agree. I definitely agree with that, man.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But it's like, damn, you see spirit? How long have you been seeing spirits for?
No, but there are people in the church that be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Like, I saw this and I see this and whatever. Spirit touched me. Girl.
And there's always a single women that be allowing the spirit to touch them.
Stop.
Just say. The ones that should be fruitful already, man. They're waiting for spirit to continue touching them. I'm just saying, man. Be having spirit husband and wives.
I'm crying. I'm screaming.
Now for real, man.
Okay.
Wait, this how long we've gone for?
Yes.
Whoa. You're like in for a treatment, to say the least, man. You're like in for a treat, man. And if you want to, you can actually keep going if you wanted to do that, man. Like,
Okay, so I think that we are gonna wrap up here.
before we wrap up, I also want to say, man, listening to music is a religion of mine. Smoking weed is definitely my religion.
Okay.
I'm Rasta, you get me?
Yeah.
I'm a Nigerian Rasta, man. So, yeah. For real, man. Like, fam, I just feel like everybody should just find wherever they feel. Like, when we talk about soul tribes and just find wherever you feel comfortable. You don't feel comfortable enough with people, man. Stay alone, you're stronger that way. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true, that's true.
People come to you.
Yeah.
You attract the right people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, religion, man, I don't know, Christianity, Islam, whatever, man, just practice humanity, man.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
just be humane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you will not do
People
to the next
forget
person.
that like we're human sometimes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I was watching a documentary on Adderall, right? We're talking, take your pill.
Yeah,
Talk
yeah.
about how it makes people robotized. And
Yeah.
that's what is happening now, right? All these people that are 60s right now, they were probably on Adderall in their 20s, right? They
Literally,
become
Freud.
robots and-
Freud used to Sigmund Freud, the psychologist.
yeah.
He used to
My name is Fred, like Freid. I don't say Freud.
Anyway,
I'm like,
but no,
wait.
for real, he used to prescribe cocaine to his patients, and he used to take a lot of cocaine, and it's like that isn't commonplace in the practicing psychology world
saying.
anymore. So like shit changes,
She does change, man.
and
She
people
does
have different
change.
needs as we evolve as people.
But I'm saying at the end of the day, man, just remember you're human. Even if you take cocaine, man, or you're a doctor that sells people cocaine, just remember you're killing somebody.
I'm
right?
crying.
No, for real, man. Just remember you're killing your own self in your own practice, man. Like really, like just think about the next person. People always say, oh, why would you hurt a girl, man? You never do that to your sister. Yeah, sometimes people don't think, but when they do think, they always regret those actions, right? Or why would you do this? You'll never do that to your brother, your dad. They regret those actions. But at the end of the day, man, regret is a human feeling.
Yeah.
Or how do you communicate that regret to the person you hurt? That's what matters, and that's what keeps us together. And we realize that most of these things are not really big, man. Religion and all this, they teach you one thing: peace and unity.
Yeah,
That's something that you can do on
and
your
it's
own.
like it's teaching us peace and unity, but we're dividing
By
at
dividing
a
ourselves,
random.
yeah. I'm dividing based on our understanding of religion. I don't have to understand you to just crack a joke with you. You have to understand me to crack a joke with you. But when you understand each other, it's even better. You know what I'm saying? Like the difference with different things. So it's like just practice humanity, man. Religion is a long talk for the future because we don't know where we're going.
That's
the
true.
leaders are meant to put us on things to do or guide us. They don't know what they're doing. Pastors I feel like pastors are meant to have a form of psychological evaluation, right? They're meant to be like psychologists.
Yeah.
But the ones that really might be practicing or have those talents or have those gifts, they use it to con people, and then they see the head from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So,
but sometimes you have to use discernment. Like not everybody that says that they can see shit actually see shit.
Exactly.
Like you have to be able to
know who
see,
can see
like
them spirit and who's lying to you, basically. So people can tell they can cast spirit or speak in tongues, but then again, it's like, fam, all of this stuff is just who is gauging it, bro?
Yeah.
It's not me that's gauging it, it's God, bro. So it's like all that shit don't matter, man. As long as me and you can go to church and fellowship, you can come where 2 or 3 are gathered, right? Wherever, as long as you can go wherever we need to go and just, you know what I mean? Do what we need to do and put our hearts in a clear motion, right? Or rinse our heart out, right? Basically. Every other thing is second nature, man. Every other thing is second nature.
True.
You know what I mean? That's what like I said, principles is tick for me.
Yeah.
Like religion, when you ask me in the beginning, I'm like, how do you want me to answer it? Because, bro, at the end of the day, man, we all have our own religion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why we have our cults and our friend groups. But how do you mix your friend group with that friend group?
That's true. How
You
do you
say, like, you know what I mean? It's like, that's mixing Islam with Christian. How do you mix your friend groups?
How do you
Some people
like,
can actually mix their friend
integrate?
groups. Some people can mix their friend groups, not because of them, but because their friends are acting crazy. But that's because of, but that's because of their friends' ideologies too. If I see that guy there, it's on, and then you're there like, bro, it's not on. Because
like we're chilling,
guys.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. Nothing is on. We are here.
We are here.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the same
real.
thing I feel like people need to practice. You don't need no spiritual leader to tell you, oh, you can find God. Nah, man. If you ever had that feeling in you, something placed it there for a reason. The way it speaks, the walls, they listen, right? So something placed something in you to just do what you gotta do, man. You know what I mean? I feel like when you're quiet and you listen a lot, man, you find out that, fam, there's a lot in you that you can actually ask. You know what I'm saying?
Speak less, listen more, always.
You know what I mean? Just, fam, I go back when you look at this kind of black, God, is this really life? Like, and then from there, you might ask
what you want?
Another question goes, question come, question. None of us are smarter than the next person. None of us are cooler than the next person, bro. None of us know where we're going. Heaven or hell, we don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? But while we're on earth, man, just practice humanity, man. Just be a humanitarian, fam. Like, really.
For real.
You know what I mean? Spread peace, man. Do drugs.
Oh my god, this man. Anyway, I guess he wrapped up things.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. I'll see you guys in the next episode.
And
Bye.
if you guys like this, man, if you guys like it, you guys should pressure her, man. Popular demand, bring me back. Bring me back.
I'll bring it back, guys. Don't worry about it. Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening. Bye.